What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. So Season 4 of Black Ops 6 is set to release in a few days, and with it comes a brand new Battle Pass. Something that has been a part of Call of Duty ever since way back in Modern Warfare 2019, so no surprises there. But why am I talking about it? Because I rarely touch on Battle Passes in Call of Duty, mostly because I really don't see their value. But with Season 4's Battle Pass, something caught my eye. Something is a little different with their marketing. So I'll show you guys this. This is the Season 4 Battle Pass highlights. And I'm wondering if you caught it too. If you didn't, what I'm talking about today and what I want to focus on today is what's front and center on this piece of marketing. It's not the crazy over-the-top skins. It's not the Black Cell Battle Pass skin. Yes, the Black Cell Battle Pass skin is in the bottom corner, but it's not highlighted. What is highlighted is military simulation skins, something that this community has been begging for the last few years. And honestly, I thought Black Ops 6 would lean a little bit more heavily into this because one, it's something the community has wanted, and two, we got a fresh slate with Black Ops 6's multiplayer this year. They did not allow MW2 or MW3 skins to carry over into Black Ops 6's multiplayer. An opportunity for them to kind of set the standard for what type of cosmetic identity they were going to have. But what's happened instead is we've had those over-the-top skins. We've had a few of these military simulation skins. But all in all, the overarching theme of Black Ops 6 has been pretty disconnected. There is no connection between themes of different cosmetics. It's just sort of a free-for-all. It's a smorgasbord, and it really doesn't work. But the reason why I want to focus on this piece of marketing for Season 4 is it could signify a shift in what Call of Duty wants to prioritize when it comes to cosmetics. They want to make the experience feel a little bit more grounded. That's the sense I'm getting when you put this front and center. Because Season 4 still has some crazy, wacky, over-the-top skins. But this is what they're highlighting. This is what they're focusing on. They would rather focus on these military simulation operators than focus on some of the other over-the-top nonsense. And this is what people have been asking for. Now, does it fix the problem of Black Ops 6 feeling like a disconnected mess? No, it just further contributes to it. Because while some players will love these skins, and rightfully so, they look to be pretty cool, you're still going to have all those other players rocking those wacky over-the-top skins. So you're not getting the best of both worlds. If anything, you're just getting this mess of a creative experience, and it doesn't work. So while yes, I'm happy that they're trying this out and trying to create a more grounded experience from a cosmetic approach, it doesn't work when you've already jumped the shark months ago. You needed to do this at the start of Black Ops 6, but they weren't going to do that because they know that the over-the-top skins are what make the most money. These types of milsim skins, while popular in conversation, they're not really popular when it comes to the bottom line. The bottom line is casual players and players that love to spend money on Call of Duty spend money on the crazy over-the-top skins because I don't know. I don't know the philosophy behind it. I don't know the psychology behind somebody that just throws money at Call of Duty consistently. But that's what sells. And that's why Call of Duty continues to produce them. So while I can look at this and say, good, finally, we're trying to shift the focus with the creative design of Call of Duty, it's too little too late. Like, if this was Season 1, like, I would be championing this. But because it's Season 4, it's just a missed opportunity, which is exactly what Call of Duty's MO has been for years. They always try to put the best stuff in, the stuff that can ground their game and make it better, too late into the game's life cycle. And that's what we're seeing here. This should have been Season 1's idea. This should have been Season 1's philosophy. Create a good foundation of military simulation skins and then grow up the catalog from there. Have some crazy over-the-top skins here or there. Hide them in the Black Cell Battle Pass. Whatever. That's all fine and dandy. But they didn't do that. They jumped the shark, and now they're trying desperately to reel it in and provide some realism, provide some grounded experience that's just not there. And this is what happens when you sell yourself out to make the quickest buck. You sell your game out. Like, I'm not saying the cosmetics are the main issue with Black Ops 6. Far from it. But it does contribute to the experience not being as immersive as it could be. Because it does feel disjointed. When you play Black Ops 6, you're running around, you see a Ninja Turtle, then you see a member of Squid Games, and you see this, and you see that, and you see a woodland creature, and then it all just doesn't work. So trying to reel it in and say, whoa, we've learned from our mistakes, here's a bunch of milsim operators, it just contributes more to the mess. What are you trying to deliver from a creative perspective? What are you trying to have as an identity for the game? Nobody knows, because you're too busy trying to teeter-totter this fine line between what Call of Duty should be and what Call of Duty's become and what Call of Duty's profitable as, right? So yeah, I would love to see this become the identity of Call of Duty again, but it's just not as profitable as going with the over-the-top skins. And if you want to be a company that prioritizes profit over everything else, you kind of got to go with what's popular at the expense of your game's identity. And that's what they've done. They sold themselves out years ago. And they really missed the mark with Black Ops 6. It could have been a much more grounded game. The multiplayer could have had this sense of cohesion that we haven't seen in Call of Duty's multiplayer for quite some time. But they didn't decide to do that. Like, could you imagine having a base of military simulation skins and then deciding to bring back Verdansk, then deciding to bring back a bunch of the old maps from Black Ops 1, 2, and 3? The game would feel like a classic Call of Duty game, and it would play like one, in a sense. But no, we have this game fighting on whether it wants to be part of the old guard or the new guard, not really distinctifying itself as what it wants to be. And that's a big problem. Call of Duty has zero identity right now, and it really suffers as a result. It doesn't know what it wants to be. And when you try to appease everybody, which is what they're doing with these milsim skins, you end up not really catering to anyone. You're not appeasing those that love the over-the-top skins, and those that want the milsim skins are going to be less inclined to get them, because just because they have them doesn't mean everybody else will. And that disjointed, disconnected experience is going to remain. So it's a good idea in theory, but when you put it into practice with all of the other cosmetics in the game, it falls flat. It really does. It's really too bad that Black Ops 6 decided to jump the shark as early as they did. It's really too bad that Black Ops 6 decided to put aside all of the feedback and concerns that this community has had over the years in regards to the cosmetics and just forge this path of, again, muddying the waters, having a messy situation when it comes to your identity and overall theme. It's a problem. And I know it's been talked about. I know I'm not the only one, but it's hard not to see them trying to go down this path even more and it not working out. So yeah, I look at this and I say it's a good idea, but too little too late, as seems to be what they do always. But that's it for the video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this down below in the comments section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.